It's Ash from Super Videos back for another video for the Walking Dead universe. In this video, we're going to be going through some major, huge universe reveals and news that came out recently when it comes to all of the different Walking Dead properties that are out there. Some good news, some bad news. We're going to talk about Fear the Walking Dead having its final season in season 8, which is definitely not shocking, but it's definitely something that I never thought AMC would do anytime soon, cancel Fear, but they did, which is interesting. Also, when it comes to the Michonne and Rick show, that's been delayed. They'll still be filming this year, but the actual show is not going to be released until next year, which means that it's been delayed by 1 full year. When we're talking about the Rick and Michonne show, it's all been bad news from the date started because it's been delayed so long that at this point, I honestly don't care anymore. When it comes out, I'm not even going to cover it until we get a trailer. I'm just going to be completely honest. Like, I'm not going to talk about it again until we get an actual trailer. Next, we need to talk about Dead City. Obviously, Dead City with Negan and Maggie, which is the first spin-off that's going to be coming up. That's also been delayed. It was supposed to air in April, but now it's been pushed back to June, which is definitely interesting. Not sure why that happened, like what the delay was about, but that happened. And we also have a plot reveal as far as what we're going to see in that series. And there's also some photos that they released, which we're going to take a look at. I'm not going to go through anything else. Let's just go to the intro and then come back and I'm going to break it down. Alright, as always, before we dive into it, smash the like button, subscribe to join our community, and press the bell to be notified when I upload on the channel. With that said, let's get right into it. First things first, this is the poster for Season 8 of Fear the Walking Dead. Now, obviously, May 14th is the air date, and as I said earlier, and as it says on the poster, it will be its final season. Now, I never thought that AMC would cancel Fear this early because they were milking it to death, but here we are. It's finally getting canceled in a way. It's not really getting canceled, but it's coming to an end way earlier than a lot of people thought. A lot of people thought it's going to go for like 10 seasons or something. Anyway, this is actually good news as far as I'm concerned because the quality of Fear was going downhill, so I'm glad that it's finally coming to an end. They're putting it out of its misery. Now, when it comes to whether we're going to cover Fear on the channel, I was not planning on covering Fear Season 8 on the channel. However, because it is the final season, I actually decided to put a poll to see how many of you would be interested in me covering Season 8 of Fear. And by covering, I don't mean like breakdowns of all the trailers or anything like that. Maybe just a breakdown of the main trailer, but for the most part, just reacting to every episode every week when it comes out. And from 30 people who voted, 87% wanted me to cover it, so that's what I'm going to be doing. So do expect the reactions to Fear to be coming out, just like they did for Season 7. And like I said, I'm not going to do teaser breakdowns for every upcoming episode, just one main trailer breakdown. That's it. Now, as far as the format for Season 8, we will have 2 parts, so basically the first half and the second half, just like any regular Fear the Walking Dead season, but the difference is that it will be shrunk down to only 12 episodes instead. So instead of the 16, we'll get 12 episodes, 6 episodes in each part, which is definitely interesting. I mean, it definitely feels like they are trying to get it done and just get rid of it. That's what I get out of that. But we also do have a few pictures. We have this one of June, not much to say. We have Sherry here. Again, not much reveals, not much to talk about. They're just character portraits for the most part, in a way, even though they're from a scene. They're really just showcasing the characters. We have Madison and Morgan here. It definitely seems like there's gonna be some sort of a time jump because the last time we saw them, they were on a boat and they were heading somewhere. Maybe we'll see them get to their destination. I'm obviously referring to Padre. The reason why I'm saying there's probably a time jump is because Morgan looks a bit different than what he looked like last time we saw him. And we obviously have Madison here. I'm glad that she's back. Obviously now we know why she came back because it's going to end. Now, I was hoping they wouldn't have Alicia leave. I was hoping that they would keep her and just end it with her, but it is what it is. I wonder if they're gonna bring her back for the final episode or something, just like the Rick situation. Anyway, next, let's talk about Dead City. First of all, like I said earlier, this show's release date has been pushed back from April to June, so a 2-month delay in the release for the show. Not sure why there's this delay, but we do have a delay. Even though it looks like they've finished filming and everything is done, it looks like there's still going to be some sort of pushback. Maybe the pushback is because of the other delays. The reason why they delayed this is because of the other big delay that we're going to talk about. Maybe they needed to shift everything because of that one change for the Rick and Michonne show. But obviously the other possibility is that there's some sort of a delay in the post-production, which is less likely. Anyway, we have a few pictures as well from Dead City, a few new ones. We have Negan and Maggie here in the middle of some sort of a city. I'm assuming it's Manhattan because we know that they travel through there. So this is super awesome. Now, one big thing that they did reveal, which has to do with the plot of the show, is that the story is going to revolve around Maggie and Negan having to travel to search for Herschel Jr. because he's been kidnapped. Is that an awesome story? Yes. Is it shocking? No, because I predicted that even before. And that was really one of the more reasonable and obvious ways they could go with the story, to have these two come together in a way that they wouldn't necessarily be able to do. The other way would have been if Rick was involved, but we know that Rick is not involved in this whole story. The next picture is also of Negan and Maggie. Super cool. I mean, not much to talk about, but it's just a cool picture of the two of them. We have this awesome picture of Maggie with a knife, holding it towards someone. Maybe Negan, maybe a threat that they're facing, but it looks super cool regardless. We have this other guy who's a new character, and I think that he's gonna be one of the main villains for the show. So definitely cool to see him. I'm intrigued to see what they're gonna do with this character. We don't know much about him, but obviously he just looks super cool as a character visually, so I'm interested to see what they're gonna do with him. As a final thing to say about Dead City, we know season 2 has been greenlit, so we will have at least 2 seasons of The Walking Dead Dead City with Negan and Maggie. Last, let's talk about the Rick and Michonne show, the Richonne show that's at this point probably never gonna really happen. I'm just kidding. We know it's gonna happen, but it's been pushed back so long that it's kind of like just give it to us already, but it's been delayed again. It's not gonna come out this year, 2023. It's actually gonna come out in 2024. And like I said earlier, maybe the reason for the Dead City delay is the delay that we're seeing for the Rick and Michonne show. But that's pretty much everything I wanted to go through. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, smash the like button, subscribe to join our community, and press the bell to be notified when I upload on the channel. That's it for this video. See you next time for another super video.